have... Oh, Lizzie, that's exciting. We can smile. It's okay. We're here in church. We've got good news. CBC have been looking for somebody to keep you in line. You needed it, didn't you? Yes. Guess who they've chosen? It's me. Did you know? I am your new CBC prefect. Oh, yeah, I've even made myself a teeny tiny little badge, just a little one, just so that you all know I'm in charge. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? I wonder why they chose me. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, it could be because I'm the best Christian in the room. It could be because I'm Welsh, double blessing. Yeah, no, we're not mentioning it. We are not mentioning it. Oh, my goodness. It could be because I'm so kind. Yeah, this week I even made a cup of Earl Grey tea for Kaz. Even though it's horrid, I did that and I didn't make a big deal of it. Totally didn't make a big deal. Maybe I've heard some people say that I have got good leadership skills. Now, some might say that means that I'm bossy, but I'm not bossy. Am I not? I'm not bossy. Say no, Lizzie. Say no, Lizzie. You're not bossy. Absolutely. But I am here to keep you in line. So let's make sure you keep the rules. If you don't, I've got some red spots. If you are not keeping the rules this morning, Lizzie will give you a red dot. Too many dots, and you have to go and see Debbie in the office. Ooh, that is terrifying. We've had to do it, haven't we? It's really scary. Oh, my goodness. So, first rule, are you sitting up straight? Let's look. Well done. Some of you moved so fast. Well done. Oh, my word. Samuel Hannis, feet on the chair. You will not come here and get a red dot. Oh, we are not cross. We are disappointed. What are we? Disappointed. We are disappointed. You have a red dot. Yeah, yes, for you, yes. Next rule is that you must smile because you're in church. Smile, show me your teeth. Beautiful, beautiful. What? Naomi Shrubsole, that is not a smile. That is a really grumpy face. You come here and you get a dot. You're not allowed to be grumpy in church. We are not cross, we are disappointed. Very disappointed. Right, next rule is to make sure that you are all here before the service starts. So put your hand up if you came in after 10:30. Oh, you little liars. I haven't got enough red dots. I haven't...
Can I just interrupt? So, Lizzie, do you think you're actually using your position for good? Do you think you're using it well right now?
Do you think I'm being good? Oh.
Apparently some people think it's great.
Yes.
I want to question it.
Yeah, maybe I'm not using my prefect job very well. What do you think? Yeah. It's okay because I'm joking. Oh my goodness, I'm not really your prefect. They wouldn't put me in charge. Can you imagine? I can take it off. Oh my goodness, can you imagine if I was in charge? You'd all be wearing pink or Welsh rugby shirts. But have you noticed, though, that sometimes people get a bit like that? They get a title or a badge or a lanyard, and they get very excited. Oh, I'm in charge now. You have to sit where I say. Oh, my goodness. Have you noticed people do that at school or at nursery? They suddenly feel very important. Oh, today I want to tell you a story. I shall turn it around like that. You can all keep an eye on it. Now, this story is a story about Jesus, and you will find it. Can we pop it up? If you want to read it later, you can read it in Mark 10, verses 35 to 45. Matt, thank you for modelling for the photo for us. We really appreciate it. This story is about Jesus and his special friends. Do you remember? Jesus has got 12 disciples, hasn't he? I wonder if you know any of their names. Well, one day Jesus was walking with his 12 special friends, and they were walking to Jerusalem. And Jesus tried to tell his friends what was coming up. He knew. He said to them, I'm going to be hurt. People are going to tell lies about me. I'm going to be arrested. I'm even going to die on the cross. But I will come back again and rise up again 3 days later. Wow! And we know that happened. But his friends, they scratched their heads. And they looked very puzzled. They couldn't imagine that stuff happening to Jesus because he's awesome. And they didn't understand. And then two of the friends, James and John, they got close to Jesus and they began to talk a little bit more quietly. Shh, secrets. And they said, Jesus, we know that we're all your friends. We know that us 12, we are your special friends. Can we be your best friends? Can we be your absolute best friends? Jesus, when we get to heaven, can we sit next to you? Can we? And can there be special chairs with our names on it right next to you? Oh, Jesus must have felt really frustrated, mustn't he? They kind of missed the point of what Jesus was doing. I imagine Jesus went like this. Oh. But he's lovely, isn't he? Jesus loved them. He knew that actually they loved him. They were saying that they wanted to be with him always, and they were kind of loving him, but they were also trying to make themselves be seen to be very important. Everybody would recognize what amazing Christians they are. We don't do that, do we? Never. Jesus said, you really don't get it. Heaven isn't like earth. It's different. And anyway, I've just been telling you all this stuff that I've got to do. Can you do that? Can you do that stuff? James and John, they went, yes, we can. We'll do everything. We'll do it, Jesus, yes. And Jesus went, oh, guys, look, you are going to go through a lot of stuff, a lot of hard times, but actually, it's not my place to say where anybody sits in heaven. It's different. Everybody is special and welcome in heaven. But do you know what? That's not the end of the story, because the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 friends have been doing some earwigging. Yeah? Some eavesdropping. Have you ever listened in to somebody's conversation? Look at you, you're all about to go, no. You know that we do it. We all do it. We sneakily listen in, especially if they're talking really quietly. My children are really good at listening when there's like Christmas present talk. Listening really hard. Well, these 10 friends were listening and they felt mad. They put their hands on their hips, they stamped their foot and they said, oi, James and John, who do you think you are? Trying to make yourself better than us, trying to be his best friends. We're all his friends. We're all important. We should all have special chairs. Why do you think you're better than us? Oh, Jesus, I reckon he went like this again. Oh. But Jesus started to calm them down. Now, I like to imagine that Jesus talked really quietly, because that's what grown-ups do when they're trying to get things calm. Oh. And Jesus said, look, heaven is not like earth, but it is a really good example. And actually, I'm going to read you some words from the Bible that Jesus said. Let's have a look. Jesus called them together and he said this. You know that those who are regarded as rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their high officials exercise authority over them. That's very posh and very complicated. What Jesus meant was this. You all know people who've got an important job. Yeah, maybe they are the prime minister or the king. Maybe they're your teacher. Maybe they're your parent. Maybe they're you. Maybe you're a school counselor or a leader or a helper. Maybe you're a boss or a manager. You all know people like that who've got an important job. And you might have noticed that some people who have those jobs, well, they get a bit like Lizzie earlier on. Maybe they give themselves a private car parking space. It's not a challenge. Maybe they give themselves the best and most comfortable chair. Maybe they make you do all the rubbish jobs while you have to eat, like they sit there and eat biscuits. Yeah? Have you noticed that? Then Jesus says some of my favorite words in the whole Bible. Listen up. Not so with you. Can you say that with me? Not so with you. That means don't be like that. Don't do it that way. We've got to be different. Let's say it together. Not so with you. Let's say it to ourselves. Not so with me. Oh, tricky. We see other people showing off, and sometimes we want to show off too. But what should we do then if we're not going to be like that? What should we do? Jesus says this. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be a slave of all. Uh-oh. For even the Son of Man, that's Jesus, by the way, did not come to be served, but to serve. Jesus says we are to be like him. Not so with you, not the other way, but to be like Jesus. And Jesus came to lift other people up, not to put them down. It's not about lifting ourselves up and being important. It is about lifting up other people, serving them with love and kindness and humility, and putting them first, getting them into the best seats near Jesus. Are we doing that? Oh, that is tricky, isn't it? Wherever we are, we need to draw others closer to Jesus, not ourselves. It's not about showing off. It's about being like Jesus. What an amazing opportunity he gives us. Now, I'm going to ask our band if they would mind coming on up, because we are going to sing a song together. Now, this song is called Holy Forever. And it is about Jesus, which is good news because we've just been talking about him. It's about making him important. But there are some words in this song. You listen out for them. It says this: all thrones and dominions, all powers and positions. Who's above it all? Jesus is. Isn't that cool and amazing? We're going to have some actions. If our children would love to come to the front, why don't we all stand up ready to sing about how awesome Jesus is? Actions team, hand over. Thank you for joining us on the floor. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. Cool. So I wonder if, when I was talking earlier on, you began to think about your life. Do you think about any places where you have a part to play? Maybe you are a prefect. Maybe you're a school counsellor or the line leader. Maybe you're the helper for the day in nursery. Maybe you are a boss. Maybe you lead people. Maybe you work here in the church and you're a pastor. Who are you? And what does Jesus want from you? He invites you, doesn't he, to serve him. Can we pop that last picture up on the slide, if possible, Sam? Thank you. I want us to be thinking about us. How do we live like Jesus invited us to? Do you remember Jesus said, not so with you. We're not going to do it the way we've seen others do it. We're going to be different. We're going to live like Jesus. We're going to serve other people and we're going to show love. How exciting. We're going to have a thinking moment. If it helps you, you could close your eyes and think about yourself. But as we do that, some of you might be thinking, oh no, but Lizzie, I haven't got anywhere important. I haven't got an important job. Do you know what God says? Yes, you have. You belong in his family and you have a part to play here in this church and in God's family. Wherever you go, wherever you are, you have a part to play. And most of us here, well, we are older than somebody. There are some tiny babies in the room, so we are older than those babies, and we have a job to help those younger than ourselves grow towards God. We have a job to help those older than ourselves, serving them and showing God's love. So let's be quiet and think about our own jobs and our own lives. Dear God, would you just bring to mind what you want to talk to us about today? Grown-ups, feel free to chat with your children about where they can serve. It might be at nursery. It might be in brownies. It might be at school. In a moment, when you feel ready to open your eyes, there are some pieces of paper and pens at the ends of the row. I'm going to ask that everybody in the whole room gets a piece of paper and a pen. And if we can, draw or write those things that just came to our mind. Oh, but keep listening for a moment, because once you've done that, if you would like to, you can bring those things to the cross here. There's one here, or there's one at the back by Alice. And you can bring them as a sign that you are saying, Jesus, I give you my position. I give you that part that I have to play. Help me to do it like you. Let's do that together. Thank you, band. Do you want to play while we do that? Oh, dear Jesus, thank you. Thank you for that image that we want to be different, that we want to do things your way. God, we are sorry when we've been tempted to show off in our position or to make ourselves seem like the best Christian in the room. God, may we do this really for you. We give you those things that we have drawn, that we have written down. We mean it, God. We mean it. Would you take our hearts? Would you help us to make a change? Amen.